We are Makilala TV, the first Filipino-American TV talk show in the New York metro area. Get to know us as we talk to the community leaders, innovators, advocates, and emerging artists who affect Filipino-American life.
(7,107). That is the number that I have grown up with regarding the number of islands in the Philippines. But now I have been reminded that this number is actually not correct. Even if we jokingly ask high tide or low tide, experts have now claimed that the new number we should all be saying is 7,641. So don't forget 7641. According to the latest tourism statistics, the Philippines welcomed a total of 1.4 million international visitors for January to February, which is 16.15% higher compared to the 1.2 million total for the same period in 2017. It is no surprise that Boracay, Cebu, and the Visayan Islands and Palawan are repeatedly listed as the top islands of the world by Condé Nast Traveler and other travel agencies. I, Rachelle Ocampo, am joined with my co-hosts Jen Fuhrer and Cristina Pastor to learn more about why people say it's more fun in the Philippines. And we'll learn more with the Tourism Attache of the Philippine Department of Tourism New York office, Ms. Susan Del Mundo, who's covering the U.S. East Coast, Midwest, as well as Eastern Canada. She is a seasoned government tourism practitioner who has been into public service for more than 36 years now. We are also joined by Ms. Therese Necio-Ortega, who is the Principal Director of Link Concepts Consultancy Limited, which she's also been a consultant for the Philippines Department of Tourism since 2011 and has been in the field of hospitality for international luxury hotels for over 25 years. So my first question to you, Ms. Susan and Ms. Therese, what are your personal top 3 tips for those who are planning trips to the Philippines?
You know, the Philippines, with that 7,641 islands, we have so much attractions. So, one is you must be ready to be adventurous.
Okay.
You love to discover new things. Because we have beaches, we have heritage sites. And second is, you must be ready to eat and explore the culinary of the Philippines.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Third, you must have fun and enjoy the fun. Because the Filipinos back home, we love to welcome our guests and always share what we have and make sure that our guests will have fun and enjoy the experiences.
Yes, I definitely felt that whenever I go to the Philippines. It's like everyone's always smiling and always friendly and always saying bo and very, very welcoming. So yes. And then Ms. Therese, what are your top 3 tips?
I'll add to that. I think a sense of adventure is good, but having an open heart. Because if you embrace a different culture, you should be willing to try different things. And at the same time, open yourself up to diversity of the culture. As Ms. Susan said, from north to south, there's so many options. And then have this sense of gratefulness, because the people there are very innately hospitable, and they're very warm and loving. And perhaps the third would be keep that reserve in your heart so that you bring back good memories.
I love that.
Why is that like every time you go to the Philippines, no matter where you go, they're always smiling? I mean, regardless where part of the Philippines. I mean, they even have like a video of every single stop. People are just really happy.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why not?
I feel like they live in paradise. They don't have a choice.
Natural.
I think that's who we are as a people.
Yeah,
We are
it's
really
a
a smiling
natural
people.
people. We love to, even though there's a calamity, okay, we will recover. So we look at life in a positive way. We have storm, we have calamities, natural and
Man-made
disaster. So we look at things in a positive way
think it's a resilience.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
even at the
resiliency of the
airport, when
people.
you're so upset because you can't find your bags and
Yeah.
everything,
I
and then the
know.
one helping you, smiling.
Take it easy. Take it easy. So, yeah.
So there's no like
It's
training how to be
natural.
happy.
No, it's natural for the Filipinos.
I think there
Yeah.
was a survey that,
Yeah.
that one of the happiest people in
People-
the world are Filipinos.
Yeah, there was a survey.
Yes.
It's true.
There's so many islands, like 7,641.
41.
Yes, I remembered it. And let's say you can only go to one spot.
Yeah.
What is your number one choice?
Well, first of all, it depends how much time do you have.
Let's say you have 1 week.
In 1 week, okay. So, you enter Manila International Gateway. So, I suggest that you travel by land.
Okay.
You explore Luzon. Either you travel to the north or you travel to the south. To the north, you have Pampanga for the culinary. Then you go to La Union for beaches. And then you go to Ilocos for heritage, for the vegan, for heritage. If you have more time, you go up north, you go to Ilocos Norte. And then, if you're more adventurous, you go to the mountain province, to Sagada, to Banawe, and back to Manila by land.
This is all in one island.
Yeah, one
Luzon.
island,
Because,
one,
yeah.
one
'Cause it's
landlocked to Manila. Or going to the south, you go to Tagaytay. Yeah.
Taal.
So the Taal volcano. You go to Cavite. There's also historical sites, and also the food. And go to Batangas for Taal Heritage Town. And then also the beaches if you want to do some diving, snorkeling. And if you have more time, take a ferry to Puerto Galera.
What places in the south, and I mean Mindanao,
Mindanao.
do you promote, and how do you promote that region?
Okay.
How do you promote that island, considering its history?
Yeah. Mindanao is so colorful. I love Mindanao. For me, it's a different, because I'm from Manila, so I'm from Luzon. So I see Mindanao as a very colorful destination. So diverse. There's so many tribes. And you realize and discover their innate beauty. It's so natural. They're so rich in natural resources. In terms of the food, oh my God, the fruits. They have a big farm, Del Monte, and Dole.
Oh.
Why is it different?
How do you promote
Okay.
that region?
Yeah.
I kind of get the sense that it's
Yeah.
being not high up in the priority,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
unlike Boracay is,
Yeah.
for example.
Of course, in the past, they look at Mindanao. They have negative perception about Mindanao. But we promote a certain destination. Like, it depends, like, we promote Davao City,
Davao City.
and Sambal Island because of their exoticness. And then Cagayan de Oro, Camiguin. Cagayan de Oro, they have several meeting place for meetings, conventions. Bukidnon also is a different, like they have cattle, they have the food. The food is really must try because in Mindanao, the source of tuna, we export tuna to Japan.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, and my God, the food.
I feel like that we could do a whole episode of like, did you know the Philippines?
Yeah.
This, that. Well, so as a millennial, I hope I am still a millennial. I'm always trying to figure out how can we engage the second gen or the youth in the community. What has been the Philippine Department of Tourism trying to do to engage the youth?
Well, firstly, if you have a plethora of choices, you have 7,641 places, islands to go to. It's Instagrammable. And that's what millennials love.
Yeah,
And they love to
share.
take great photographs
Yes.
Yeah,
and
they
post
love
it
to
everywhere
share.
else and share that. So having a picturesque landscape, seascape, and everything, even underwater, is already a plus factor that is a hook for all the millennials. Secondly, it's also the affordability because the packages and the choices are plenty. So the millennials, they may not be in the same bracket as the baby boomers as far as their budgets are concerned, but they're choices. And thirdly, it's the fun and the spirit that the young people like, and they're very welcoming in the country, so it's perfect. That's a trio of combinations that's perfect for millennials.
For your North American market, how much of that is balikbayan and how much of that is non-Filipino?
That is still our concern because based on the immigration report, all those they reported the passport. So if you're holding a foreign passport, you're considered as either if you're for American, so under American.
Oh.
But if you're holding a Filipino
Filipino
passport, then you are balikbayan.
Oh.
So if you
Are
are
there different privileges
yeah.
if you go in balikbayan or foreign passport?
there are balikbayan
Right.
packages, I
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
So you cannot dichotomize the two groups.
No, but that we would like to discover more. So we're trying to get more data. Maybe we just have to discuss with Bureau of Immigration. That's so that we can monitor how many balikbayans are coming to the Philippines.
So if I go to the Philippines, I'm registered as non-Filipino because I have an American passport.
You're then
See,
you're okay.
this is a good reason that people should sign up for dual citizenship.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's true.
That's right.
Both of
I
you.
agree. I agree.
I signed up. You have to get a passport.
And
Okay, but yes, I since as a dual citizen, I am able to have two passports and have the privileges of two countries that I love.
Yeah.
So it's only what, $50, $80? Like
Yeah.
it's really reasonable. I will pay for your passport. Jeez, just get it already. Yes, there's so many benefits to having a dual citizenship, including traveling to all the
ASEAN
ASEAN
countries.
countries
That's
without a
what I was
visa.
talking about earlier,
So
You mean there are countries that us Americans need a visa, but us Filipinos you don't?
yes,
Oh.
like Vietnam.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I'm learning so much about being a dual citizen, and it's definitely a benefit for everyone who's eligible. Yeah.
With tourism though, are there hotels that are hotels, Airbnb, or do you stay in cottages? I mean, which is the preferred what do you call it?
Point of
Sleeping
accommodation.
arrangement.
Yeah, do you encourage Airbnb in Manila? Does that have government?
Yeah,
Regulation.
though it's known worldwide and also in the Philippines, but sometimes we don't. In the department we have accredited homestay program.
Oh,
The beauty of the homestay is we develop the community or the family. If you have extra room, we train them how to welcome the guests and be part of the family. So Airbnb, we don't have control.
That's right.
So we're also concerned on the safety of the traveler,
Right.
at the same time the family.
wow. We should definitely look into signing up for
the
having
homestay
a hosting
program.
Yeah,
part.
hosting.
Yeah,
What is it
that's-
called?
The homestay program, is that
Homestay.
available in Manila or only in the provinces?
The homestay programs only available in the areas that lacks accommodation. So,
For example,
yes.
Batangas maybe? Or
in some areas.
in some areas.
Like, for example, the Polog or the Pitan. Before, when Siargao is not known, so we developed that homestay program long time ago.
I think when I went to Legazpi or Bicol, we stayed in
Yeah.
I
A
guess called
hostel? A hostel, I guess, right?
was it a hostel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
hostel.
there are a range of accommodations, as
Yeah.
you know, and coming from the luxury industry, of course, we'd like to advocate for hospitality, but definitely you can do homestay programs, and you can certainly do anything from 5 to
Stay
4
lodge.
to 3 to 1-star hotels.
And that's what I love about the Philippines. There's so much variety, but
That's
also
right.
Yeah.
super cheap.
Yeah.
I guess you can
Affordable,
go
yeah.
depending on whatever
Depending on
budget.
your
Yeah.
budget.
That's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're good for either way. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a brother who lives in Quezon City, and they take hiking.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Good.
so so reasonable.
Yeah.
They go to Batanes.
Batanes,
It's
yeah.
gorgeous.
beautiful.
That's
It's
gorgeous.
like felt like you feel like you're in
Ireland.
Ireland. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I was
The
gonna
bluff.
say, Game
Yes.
of Thrones.
True.
Yes,
We
that's
have
what
it all.
looks
We
like.
have it
But
all.
I didn't. I grew up in the Philippines. I've never
Yeah.
been to Batanes. So
Yeah.
all you feel like saying, oh, you should go to Boracay, you
Yeah,
should go
yeah.
to Palawan. But that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was really picturesque.
Well, what we're talking about all the beautiful things about the Philippines. What has been the most challenging part in the Philippine Department of Tourism to advocate for the Philippines?
Yeah. Well, before, in the past, no, since I've been in the industry, it's a negative perception of the Philippines. They don't know where the Philippines is. And what they heard is about negative.
You mean politically or peace and order wise?
Peace and order. And I think we're in peace and order. So it's more of the perception, the negative perception of the Philippines. So when we talk to the operator, would you like to consider the Philippines? We'll think about it. So, but we have to court them. We have to make legal the operators, or we'll invite you to come to the Philippines and see for yourselves.
Yeah.
That we have so
them
much,
be the ambassadors.
Yes. So that's the most difficult part in selling the Philippines. It's difficult really because if the public don't know about a country, oh, what's the Philippines? Where is the Philippines?
Yeah.
Oh, we heard about negative about the Philippines. So it's really difficult. But now, with our campaign, it's more fun in the Philippines, so they become aware about the Philippines. Oh, even here in New York, we have window display in the consulate. So there are passers-by in our advertisement. They're British and some are Italians. They go to our office. Oh, I see your ad. Would like to come to the Philippines because they're tired of other destinations in the ASEAN. So the travelers now would like to discover new things.
What is the biggest foreign group that comes to the Philippines?
Number one is Korea.
Ah,
Because
okay.
it's
Of the
just
proximity.
it's
Very
our
nearby.
neighbor.
Okay.
Now China is
Number two.
number two. We're supposed to be number two before, but
From
now
America.
China is a big volume of travelers.
Also because of
So
the
number
population,
two is China, and number three is US.
The U.S.
Oh, wow.
But in terms of revenue and long stay duration, I think, I feel that US number one.
Of course,
Because of
we're
the Balikbayan.
Yeah.
Balikbayan.
We stay longer.
takes
You
a
stay
while.
Yeah, it takes a
longer.
while to get there.
Yeah, and you spend a lot.
You make the most of the journey.
But it's
Yeah.
not going to be not long of a journey now. Starting October, I think
Yes.
we have a direct flight
Yeah.
That's right. from
coming
Philippine
up.
Airlines.
Yeah,
Philippine
from Philippine
Airlines.
So hopefully that will help boost
Yeah.
some
15 hours, I think.
15
and a half.
hours. Oh my
And around that
gosh.
time too, Boracay would be reopening, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Was
what-
that timed exactly? Did they time it? Was that
No,
coordinated?
No,
oh,
no,
it's not.
not
okay.
really, not really. We presented with travel agents, a group of travel agents headed by Avanti. And then they said, oh, perfect, because when the time in October, direct flight, then Boracay is a fresh destination.
That's right.
Do you ever Google before this interview, I Googled things you should know before going to the Philippines, and then a few things come up like traffic or
Yeah.
terrorism. Does that affect tourism at all? I mean,
For traffic, well,
is it more balikbayans who are complaining than the foreigners?
yeah, for the traffic, because of what's going on now, so many road repairs and with the build and build project of the president. I mean, the traffic's being addressed now by the government. So they are now congesting first of all the jeepneys, right?
Yes, they've
Yeah.
actually moved the jeepneys, the dilapidated jeepneys, out of the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's cleared most of the thoroughfares. Number two, they have point-to-point buses
Yeah.
so that
Point,
they're
point, point.
escorted. So let's say you're going from Quezon City all the way to Makati. There's a special lane and there's going to be a special escort so that the buses get through. So more passengers would
Oh, that's
rather
great.
take the bus than drive all the way to
Wow.
Makati. So there are initiatives by the MMDA to help address the issues, but to the point of Susan, that infrastructure is also developing. It comes with every city. I've seen other ASEAN
If the
countries who have the
population grows.
the
Yeah, yeah.
traffic
Yeah.
that's really a headache, and they haven't solved that. So it's not like a negative thing. It's a reality of a progressive country, and it's something that we need to just accept and move on.
Yeah, and it's not being organized and being managed by the government and Department of Transport.
Yeah.
In terms of EJK, it's a big impact on the Philippines.
And EJK, for people who are not familiar with that
Yeah,
term,
perspective,
it's extrajudicial
Extrajudicial
killings.
killings.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really affected
Tourism,
the
has it?
tourism,
Mhm.
not only tourism, and also the travelers.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
But
Right, yeah.
but I noticed in your data in your website that despite EJK and Duterte being in power for
Yeah.
about a year, the
Still wasn't
tourism
enough.
has
Still
still
increased.
increased.
Still
Yeah.
increasing. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Because I guess it's
Yeah.
more fun in the Philippines.
Yeah, of course, in other countries we have the same situation, but now the travelers are very they check on the on the travel advisories and
I think
Yeah,
more
good.
discerning travelers
Yes.
nowadays will take, things like this with a grain of salt.
yeah,
And it's very important for people to know, to distinguish between fake news and good news.
Yes, yeah.
And to really look at the source. And we have one of the freest press in the Philippines. So they're allowed to write about everything. So it's up to the travelers, the discerning travelers, to be able to slice and dice
Yeah.
that and go, continue to travel.
yeah.
I have family members who are scared to go to the Philippines because they're scared of being kidnapped. I mean, because they're
First of all, that's what the concern my parents of when I was growing up. I was like, I'm not gonna get kidnapped. And then they're like, don't speak English. Is that? I think it's changed.
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah,
has
I
slowly
would say
changed.
that there's no report of tourists
Balikbayan province.
affected by EJK, where
Yeah.
Yes.
there's
I
no
guess those
tourists.
are misconceptions.
Yes.
Yeah,
Have you heard this?
Old folks.
What about this? Another misconception, possibly. Don't bring your white husband because he might get kidnapped.
That's what I was talking
yeah.
about. My husband, so
What a
Don't bring your
misconception,
white
I think.
relative because they might get kidnapped. How do you deal with that? How do you address that? Like,
because he
it's
sticks
safe.
out.
Yeah.
Like, even my kids are like, don't bring your kids because they're
From a
white.
branding consultancy
Yeah,
point of view, I
yeah.
think we Filipinos have to be more protective and open about supporting these issues that come up. When you hear things like this, I think you can readily cut it and say, no, this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, when people want to make a story and make a story viral and make it negatively viral, they can do it. But it's up to us, if we really love our country, to do something for our country and speak out and make sure that the rest of the world can hear our voices and that they take this pride in place of supporting our country and placing that at the foot of everybody and saying, look, it's not the perfect country, but it's the best that you can get.
I actually say, well, you're not even going in France. You don't be taken. Like it's a movie.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
So we have to be
Yeah.
our own ambassadors of our
Yes.
own.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
true.
remember U.S. Ambassador's tour of the Phil Americans. That was the time of that Marawi thing, and that
yeah.
there was and
The
then-
situation.
Yeah, the situation. So that's very. It happened sometime probably. It happened in March or April. So I decided that we push through with Davao, and during that time there. During that time,
There was a bombing at the Davao market at the time.
no, it's a Marawi thing. The Marawi.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Marawi, yeah.
So there are about 200 Phil-Ams who went to Davao, proceeded to
Yeah,
go to
still.
Davao.
Yeah.
But after that, we love Davao. I feel so safe. I feel so safe in Davao. Like this is the safest place for me.
Yeah, I think we just have to break that
Misconception.
misconception and actually go there ourselves,
Yeah.
experience it,
Right.
so that we can tell
Yeah.
others that it really is more fun in the Philippines. So we do have to begin closing the episode already. But I know it went really fast. I do want to spend the last closing minute to ask you, Ms. Susan, Ms. Therese, to share a few resources or last piece of advice to share for Phil-Ams specifically who are debating on visiting the Philippines or another international paradise.
Well, I would like to invite our kababayans, especially our Phil-Ams, to again visit the Philippines. It's a new destination for you, and also discover what we have now. You will see now that we have so many offerings and diversity, and from food to destination, etc. You will love it.
Our national hero, Jose Rizal, said, ang hindi marunong lumingon sa pinanggalingan ay hindi makakarating sa paroroonan. So in English, it means you have to embrace your past and celebrate that and move forward with dignity and pride. And I offer that to all Philams, that you have the position, the best position of two beautiful worlds. So embrace that with a whole heart and be grateful that you have roots and heritage that stem from two different worlds, and celebrate that diversity and share it among everybody else.
Yes, definitely. So I hope that people do visit the Philippines. You can learn more about the Philippines at www.philippinetourismusa.com. Make sure you hashtag ExplorePH and hashtag It's More Fun in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Miss Susan,
Thank you so
and then
much.
Miss Therese
Thank you for having us.
for being here and joining us at Makilala TV. Maraming salamat to our Makilala TV team. Jen, Cristina, you are my saviors. Victor, always an angel to us. And of course, to you, all of our viewers, for your continued support. Thank you so much.
The fish are eating. So should you, anak.
Thank you.
You're welcome, anak.
What does anak mean?
It means my child.